Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 30 of my Islandception series. This series just got a new level of challenging, which is going to be fun, but nevertheless, I got to bring it to your guys' attention. Little did I realize at the end of the last part that Aztecs have planes. I knew they entered in the modern era. We'll get to that in a second. There's a couple other things I noticed I want to get to. I have this worker go and chop this word down in case that is a thing, and I want to move the Memphis spy to Thebes, which I will cover momentarily. It's got to be as a spy. If we make it a diplomat, it'll flee as soon as we declare war. Okay, so he's got a great war bomber over here and a triplane here. Um, so just briefly, it's not as big of a problem as it may seem. Triplane is more like an anti-air thing. It's got a 50% chance of intercept, so it's not guaranteed. But more importantly is we rushed Brandenburg Gate specifically for the purpose of all of our planes coming out with air repair. That's why we keep building them in the capital and why Brandenburg went there. So what this means is if we say we sent out the same great war bomber every turn and got intercepted, like, it's going to take extra damage, it's going to get destroyed, we're going to heal up. We have to be careful because the damage might be so much that in subsequent turns we just use a different plane to test for interception before we start sending out the guaranteed hits. We already have a stack of planes, so we outnumber him that way. He's Liberty and has good cities, so he can outproduce us. How does this play out in the long run? Hard to say, but nevertheless, it will be challenge. It's a new thing we're going to have to keep eyes on. To help with this, one of the things I noticed is that this little pool of water in Samarkand with direct fire can hit Teotihuacan, so I think it should be priority number one to get one of these boats back here, upgraded to a battleship, come back and help with that. We are about to hit dynamite. This guy can become artillery set up and do that, so at least there are ways to add the pressure other than just planes, but that is going to make a empire-wide unique challenge. Now, I think I have some confidence that in the long run things are going to be okay because all we know is that he's in the modern era. Maybe this is how he got in. We know he's got flight. He's making planes. But we don't just have flight. We have plastics. We have atomic theory. Our science has been significantly better than his for a long time now. Like, it wasn't a big deal before because he had the advantage for so long, but now our advantage has been going for so long that the fact that he's got planes without air repair and we're making a stack of planes with air repair shouldn't matter too much, because before long we will have bombers instead of great war bombers and we can do some nukes. I already have idea as to production queues to get nukes online so that while we're fighting with planes up here we can just nuke Addis Ababa. But it might involve having to capture Teotihuacan and Tula and then making peace again so we can get our happiness and, you know, everything prepared accordingly for the next push. So this guy is still, he's not a runaway by any means, but his cities were already incredibly strong and we were relying on planes, and it's not going to be so easy. So that's just something I wanted to bring everybody's attention to. Now for the Thebes thing, it occurred to me that if you look closely, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles that are within 4 range of Thebes, and battleships have indirect fire, so if they have the range promotion, they can shoot 4 tiles away. And the reason why this matters is because our war with Japan is relatively short-lived. Because he's burning this city down, we can't take all his coastal cities, which we were never planning to, but the meta strategy for the Navy had previously been to take Cahokia so that we can rebase planes over here, not need a carrier, take Athens, take Memphis on the way over here. That shouldn't be necessary. We should be able to take Thebes with just a Navy, but it's going to mean we get these guys as much experience as possible. And I don't know how much experience we can get from Japan. This is going to be their only city left, so I don't know. They might retreat their units through Egypt's lands. I don't know. We just got to get these guys as much experience as possible, and that also means we're going to have to take a number of turns to get them over to Egypt. Luckily, he's allied with Ragusa, so hopefully he stays that way, so when we declare war, we can get some practice on Ragusa and their units. Heliopolis, hopefully by that point this war will be done. Whatever units he's got can try and defend, in which case we blow them up, get some experience, and start working on Thebes. but we would need the spy here so that the indirect fire can actually function correctly. I do believe that is everything for now, so I'm going to hit next turn and see what happens over here. We're looking for the notifications. Yeah, sure. Yeah, Great War Bomber, Great War Bomber. I don't know what that's about. He's only got 2, or 1. So I'm wondering if he just finished producing a second one and the first one got blown up, because you can still see it's just 1 and 1 yet. And this is in fact a triplane. So I don't know if that's a graphic anomaly or if the way I just described it is how it went down. But so we are going to have to be a little extra careful with our planes, and that's fine. I'm prepared for that. I just wanted to warn you guys because I don't want to seem like I'm taking forever to make plane decisions, but I always liked the quote from Wild Things where he said the only people that can screw this up is us, and that's kind of been the nature of this series. Like, there came a point where we, with careful play, we should be able to get everything. I moved this guy in because the cannon's here, and you can see we could totally obliterate it, so let's put a shot in here first so that everybody gets XP. As for this guy, we were talking about maybe making a battleship to come up here and help. In fact, let's come down here and help too. We were saying, you know, maybe this one come in, you know, because this is part of our veteran army. They got longer range and stuff, so that might be a thing. And if I did upgrade him, maybe I have him come over here, get the Egypt thing expedited, because Egypt might have some boats up here that we just don't know about, so we might have to do like a split attack kind of thing. I don't know. So we took care of that, and now we have construction projects. Okay. As far as build queues in the immediate future, here's what I'm looking at. Keep in mind, this is the only city that has a religion, and we can buy a great engineer in 4 turns. Now, in 5 turns, we can have railroad research, which is Neuschwanstein. So what that would mean is turn 4, or 4 turns from now, we buy a great engineer in this city, because it's the only one we can. This city is eligible for Neuschwanstein because of the mountain, so we just rush it right here 5 turns from now, which means 6 turns from now it should be fully built. That's gold, culture, happiness, 3 things we need a lot of. But it also makes castles provide gold, happiness, and culture. So I'm thinking in these expands, let's get walls and castles up just for that reason, because happiness is going to be a real problem. In fact, I'm considering burning down Pharsalos. I know that makes attacking Athens a little more problematic, but so that I probably won't. But nevertheless, if we do take Teotihuacan, it's probably a good time to burn down Tlacopan. I've always considered Coimbra as expendable. It's putting out good numbers, and it is a source of oil, so I don't want to get rid of it. But we've already got our navy established inland. We don't need the canal city anymore. It is not building. It's building garbage. So anything we can do to keep our happiness in check. Because for now, let's see, we get this guy in. Only takes 150, but we don't have enough money for that and battleship. He's got 2 movement points left. So let's just get him into the city tower where he can heal up in a couple turns. Oh, you know what? I actually meant to move this scout out of here. Start getting eyes over here, figuring out what his strength is like. I meant to do that at the top of the part when I was describing all the things. So anyways, what I was going to be saying before I got distracted by that is that we are under ideological pressure. So anything we can do to tip the balances of culture and tourism between us and the Aztecs is stuff we're going to need to do. I'm seeing cannons here. I'm seeing a shot opportunity for just 1 shot here. So I'm going to go ahead and have this guy start heading back because we need one of these to become a battleship so that we can... Okay, 1 shot there. Let's see here. 1 shot there. Oh, cool. 1 shot there. And then we'll put a shot in Chula. Also, if you look at the setup of this land here, there's only 3 spots. Well, unless we got open borders from him, which we don't need to. There's only 3 spots here to hit Chula, and we've got 5 ranged boats in this bay. So At some point, we'll have a second one break off, because keep in mind our gold is such that we can't do more than one battleship per turn, in theory. All right, he's done here, and I see that there's a hill down there. So, oh wait, is this a new source of marble? Let's do that, because if we do burn down Tlacopan, we will be missing out on marble. As for this worker, I sent him out here because I thought this was within our borders, but what I was seeing is the void of her borders, so we're just going to tuck him away. He's coming over here. He's chopping down. This guy now has altitude training, so I'm going to bring him down here, keep some visibility over here. He's a fast unit. He can respond. We burned down since on 10. Figure we can come down here. That seems pretty safe. We can see there's no barb camp for now. This guy was coming over to uranium. So on the one hand, I wanted to take the time to let you guys know what I was seeing, what the plans are, how that might change based on what we were saying before. And but also not rush things to the point of skipping stuff over. So if I seem a little wired, that's why I just felt like I had a lot of information to convey all at once. Alright. There's a unit here, and this guy can shoot him. Thinking this Gatling gun can come over here, so that we'd be able to shoot something there next turn as well. I want my land forces mostly to be holding, not necessarily attacking, but anything we can do to soften it up, because previously we understood that it would take 3 planes to kill 1 rifleman. We have 2 riflemen and a possibility that we get intercepted. I don't think the intercept stops them from damaging them, but it does reduce it. So 4 planes split when we need 6, you know, let's call it 3.5 versus 6. Now you see the reason to try and get extra shots in. So I will do that. This guy's on a road, so we could bring him in to do that too, but I think that would be too precarious. I'm okay with letting 1 infantry get dinged up. So let's just take a look here. We can see full health. We'll try shooting that. And he took massive damage, so that means we were intercepted. The upside being that his triplane would have gotten severely damaged too. What this means, though, is that we're not going to have the firepower we need to take out both. So I'm thinking we put the last 3 over... Oh, wait, that says more than 50%. Okay, well, if we can 2-shot that, I'm willing to revise my plan. Now we can damage this guy, and we'll have this guy come in like so. We'll get hit. Now we have visibility on this tile too, so that's a little bit of an advantage. We'll get hit, but we can pillage. Worker can come down here. It is roads, but it's into his... Is this a hill? It is not. I don't think it is. Plains. Okay, so not a hill. So yeah, we can pillage, step back. He can get started. Pillage here, step out. So the question is, do we bother stepping him over here just in case something else shows up over here? I don't see the need for that. And we have altitude training, so it's not like we need to move him out to get him into position. There's no reason to dangle him at this point, so we'll just move him in because we can. And this great general continues to influence everybody there. No reason to move him out. Okay. There is a worker in the bay, which is actually really funny when you think about it, because the way things were looking last turn, if all 5 battleships hit the city, we could capture. If even 1 could not, then we can't. So I think what we should do is just go for XP, because like I was saying before, we need all these guys getting as much XP as possible, and this is one way that we can make that happen. So we capture next turn. We'll try to hit anything we can on land that we can. Tokyo still has a few more turns to burn. It's worth noting. Alright, so do we make this guy a battleship? If we do, we can send him over, and that way we would have 6 battleships over here. 3 could go around this way. 2 could come this way along with this guy joining up with them. Because this guy already has range, so the alternative is that if we upgrade him to battleship, we could bring him down here And if you look at Gao, there's a straight line of sight here. We could hit Gao once per turn, just like this battleship can hit Addis Ababa once per turn. It's just for the XP, but, you know, alternatively, rather than hitting Addis Ababa one per turn, maybe we have these two with range head over. That would make things over by Egypt land easier. And then have the limited range ones come back. Because there will come a point in time, I think, where maybe we take Teotihuacan and Tula and then make peace, get our affairs in order, and then start pushing again. Maybe. I don't know. It's just one possibility. Any way you slice it, I do think it probably is worthwhile to up that thing to a battleship. So we'll just check in with everybody else and make sure that is, in fact, our last decision to make. It does appear to be, so let's just go for it. Okay. I guess we pass now. Oh, we have an archaeologist doing some things. Classical era, we are in atomic. Would that be worth 5? I forget how that's counted. Let's see. Classic 2. Medievals 1, Renaissance 2, Industrial 3, Modern 4, Atomic 5. So it'd be 5 culture per turn, which right now would be over 2%. But if we made this, our tourism would shoot up by 14%. So I think that's the way to go. Even though this was the one tile where we could make a landmark, Hastings needs to start focusing on production anyways. So let's stick to working these hill tiles rather than a food tile that's got a good chunk of culture on it. Not quite yet, sir. We got unfinished business yet. Okay, so since the one plane did get intercepted, what that means is this turn we just have to make sure that that is not the plane that we lead with, because if it gets intercepted again, it would risk being destroyed or heavily damaged, whereas the fresh plane could take the hit a little bit, something like that. I think I'm explaining it well enough. I watched a video by Filthy Robot describing all the ins and outs of air warfare, and it's so many rules and exceptions that applies to this, doesn't apply to that. So I'm not going to pretend to be well versed. Okay, we definitely want railroad. Dynamite's finished, which means Great Wall is no longer in effect for us, which is unfortunate. I was noticing we don't have the money to upgrade the because we're at artillery, so we could do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to relax him and come back to that, because I think when we take Kyoto we're going to get some money, so we might be able to then. Let's take a look at the Japanese coast. We could bring a boat here, get some XP there. Actually, we could do 2, which is fine, because... So let's see how many hits this is actually going to take. 1. Oh, probably just the 3. Okay. That's fine. So yeah, we will move these guys down here. And it's crazy that it can take more than 1 hit. So there we go. We're just getting XP everywhere we can. Create puppet. What do we got here? Observatory. No way. So there's a happiness. 2 happiness. Great work. Good chunk of culture. Alright, so just 2 happiness. So a relatively crappy city, but it could be way worse. So now let's go into our great works and see where all that's going. We are maxed out in the capital. So that's all I was really looking at there. Okay. Spy fled city. Let's put that in La Venta. Looks like we'll have to pay to top it off one more time. They're hostile, so they degrade quickly, but they're literally in our backyard, so while we are at war we cannot afford not to have them. Hydro plant is finished here, so again I want to try walls and castle. He gets over there. We can make peace with Japan, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we want to yet. I think we're done gaining XP. He can move out. Let him be the lead scout as far as visibility, because we do want to check for Egyptian Navy on our way. We're definitely not going to be upgrading you. We do appear to have enough money now to do the artillery, so let's do that while I'm thinking about it. He can go all the way to the city tile. So let's step this guy out. Step this guy in. Upgrade artillery. There we go. And we Not only do we have altitude training, but this is a hill, so we can actually move, set up, and fire next turn. That's really good to see. We got riflemen there. That's the same triplane, I don't know. As for the rest of the money, we have to upgrade this to battleships this turn. So let's just do that. Make sure it gets done. He can still heal. That's fabulous. Ooh, privateer. Okay. Well, that's good because he pulled away from Samarkand. No. We have range, don't we? Yeah, we have range. We can hit that cannon. Oh, 3! Oh, I know how to count, believe me. Okay. So let's see here. Bring him down. Hit that. Oh, hit that. 3 shots, and then shot into Tula. Piece of cake. Yeah, his cities are just so strong. It is nuts. Okay. Well, can these bombers one shot? Notice I chose the second one because the first one was damaged from being intercepted. Okay, so let's put our first one into the rifleman. That way, if it does get intercepted, we're reducing. Oh, yeah, he got big time hit. So that definitely got intercepted. So now we'll go to the next full health plane and then hit the cannon since that's a one-shot. Yeah, there we go. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to take a rifleman down this turn. But what we can do is pillage, step back, you get started on the repair, and now we're dangling a worker. Maybe this injured rifleman wants to do that. Okay, so this is our... Okay, we'll start with the highest health one and go from there. So depending on how much damage we take, I would like to think the air repair would overtake the amount of damage we took from being intercepted the one time on a long enough timeline. And then also if he does come in to intercept, we got Gatling guns that can represent or something. As long as we have one in range of swapping out with this one, because he's looking like maybe he's still attacking it, so I don't know. We'll bring this guy back. It looks like we're done in Hong Kong. Let's see, where are our boats here? 5, okay. I don't know, I'm torn between home defense and... Because these guys don't need XP. They'll get double PAP if they do, but the uses for our Navy are starting to dry up over here. Since he's really our only target. We do know that the next battleship should be coming from over here. Alright, so the first turn that we can only get 3 shots into Tula, we can just have one of these guys run away, go get upgraded. Alright, let's just head over... Oh, I was going to head over to Gao for target practice, but this works. Okay, a little bit of extra damage there. Alright, one thing I did not address is when we took Kyoto, we got some stuff. We got a silk and 2 gems. In Tokyo, we had 0 gems. Why is that? Because we sold it off? Did I sell it off? Making under the impression that we were going to get more. That sounds like something I might have done. No gems. No trades. Not seeing gems. Not seeing gems. Not seeing gems. Okay. So I don't know why that says 0. Do we actually have gems? Is it showing up? Well, it shows up as 3. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3. But this is burning down, so that one's about to leave. So we can only actually sell 1. We have extra silk. And we have extra gems. I just didn't want to oversell that. Okay, so we should be able to make peace with Japan now. Let's just move everybody else, make sure there's not anything we're missing here. Okay, more marble coming in. You get tucked away. You're coming up here for some visibility. That's a nice movement. Good. what's going on here? Riga. Okay, I'm not sure why you're moving over there, but cannot land this turn. We'll just hide with the ironclad because we can. Okay, well he was going to Delhi, but I think it might make more sense for him to go to you heal up. Let's see, land over here somewhere. Get some eyes. Okay, Admiral's fine there. What we can do is rebase the Admiral. No, because we're not going to be anywhere near. Yeah, Delhi. Okay. When we take Chula, we'll whip this guy in, move him over to Delhi, and then he'll be part of the main Egyptian war force. We'll have 3 in this bay, maybe 2 from up here. Not sure, because we need those. We need them all to get XP, and if this is the source of XP, we would need them all in that bay. Hope that makes sense. Armor up. Okay, let's make peace with Japan. What will end this as is? That sucks. Alright, we'll hit accept and then we will trade embassies. There we go. Okay, zooming in on all of this. Since this is everything. Oh, wait, maybe not. We got another archaeological thing going on. No slots available for great works of art. We get a museum next turn. Will it let me pass the turn? Can I just hit enter? Hey, it did. Cool. This is why it helps to know your keyboard commands, I think. Hey, it would be really nice if you stopped taking focus away. Triplane, Great War Bomber, Great War Bomber, Great War Bomber. I don't know why it's showing like 4 listings. He doesn't have 4 planes. Alright, you need to back off. Trying to see stuff here. Alright, so this is where the damaged rifleman went. That's good to know. We have to kill this one. Okay, so he's got a Great War Bomber there and 2 triplanes there. Unfortunately, we do got to back this guy out. So that's something. I think I have an idea on that maneuver. Alright, so we grew here, not down here. That's unfortunate. Bananas there, whatever. City connection with Kyoto. Let's take a look at this real quick. Tokyo, this is its last turn alive, so we can go ahead and sell off that harbor. And our happiness should be semi-corrected next turn as a result. New plane. And unfortunately, we can't afford to specialize in cities yet, so we got to go land units, air repair, and then rebase it down here. There we go. This will only ever hit that, so we're just going to take the shot. There's so much going on here. We need all the help we can get. And to be honest, that was a hell of a hit, so I'm glad. Jerusalem desires trade route. Wants Byblos bullied. Well, we're about to come through. That's something we might be able to do. 150. Yeah, so if we have all of our boats come this way, we can do that. It's good a reason as any. He can still do his northern scouting, though. Let's come in as far as we can, and then take the diagonal. Alright. So now we have reason to move these guys all down this way, rather than just some. And with the Ragusa Bay thing I was mentioning before, this might have been necessary for maximum XP anyways. So it's not like we're missing out, I wouldn't think. He can land in Pharsalos next turn, rip up roads, then come to Kyoto, rip up roads. No longer ally of Laventa. Okay, well, let's address that. Minimum, because it's the same exchange rate as 500, our gold is stretched, and we do have a spy there. So we will not be upgrading any battleships this turn. Okay, we finally have a slot, so there's that. That is our second artifact, so let's just throw the 2 artifacts in the museum, see if we get partial credit. Amulet. And, oh, full. There we go. Alright, and then we'll move this in here, not because we plan on getting the theming bonus, but because we get the Hermitage multiplier, so might as well. Okay, the city already has walls, so we'll get castle in 2 turns. It'll be finished and that'll be the turn that we buy the Great Engineer, so that'll be a good queue. This will be our 6th Great War Bomber, so we definitely at least want to get that much out, and then we wait and see what happens after that. In York Castle, in preparation of Neuschwanstein and Castle. That one's one turn later, but that's okay, because it'll be a turn after it's done that Neuschwanstein goes online. Just go to sleep so I don't have to keep talking to... Oh, wait, he's not actually going up there anymore, is he? Let's land the scout, and that'll give us better idea of how much useful the Lancer will be. We could always land the Lancer here, go across land. That would probably actually be quicker, so let's just plan on doing it that way. Altitude training is so good. No battleships this turn, and I think our next battleship is going to be one of these guys. There's no shots to be taken from the water, so these guys are all just going to do Chula. Does anybody actually need the XP more? Yes, he's triple promoted, he's triple promoted. He is not, so these two need the XP the most. Like so. Let's see here. I'll just have these two swap places. I'll take a shot. Alright, you go get into battleship close, and you come shoot Teotihuacan, please. Okay. A lot going on here. We know we want to pillage and either step back or step here, because this is about to be finished. We know that he should be able to shoot that rifleman from there, and he can shoot that rifleman too. Arrgh! I was hoping for a full hit. That is upsetting. Alright, move along the road, set up. Hit the city. We gotta hit the city with this. It specializes in city. The planes and everything can take care of everybody else. We gotta get this guy out of here. He's on death's door step or whatever. I suppose we could move him here to get him on a hill. Let's see what our planes do. He has 2 triplanes, so we risk 2 interceptions. So we'll start with our 3rd and 4th plane since they're the highest health. Yeah, we'll hit him, because even if we do get intercepted, it succeeds. And unfortunately, it didn't succeed, which means that was a bad decision, but we wouldn't have known that. Because our lowest health one could have taken that and taken the least amount of damage. This guy's full health, so we'll try here for interception. Does not look like we got intercepted. Okay, so which of these planes has more health? You have 79. Oops. And you have... Oh, that's definitely not you. So we'll go with the higher health one and use that to try to one-shot the cannon. It's not going to work. Still, significantly damaging it is better than leaving it unmolested. So there we go. We took out the melee. That's the more important thing. So we got 2 cannons, one severely damaged and a bombard. Do we risk him coming here? Because if we do and pillage, we cannot escape. So maybe we just step out here like that. If he gets captured, we do have 1 infantry that can represent. So I'll back the Great General up to here. It's really upsetting that that 2nd shot did not finish the job. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, that's a pretty good visibility spread. I'm gonna come up on the hill maybe. Yeah, the hill. That's the way to go. Okay, go to sleep. Heal. You're fine. Actually, you know what? We don't need to be checking in with you every turn. I'll move you when I need you. You're just going to hit Addis Ababa every turn, because you can. We're at peace with Japan, so we don't have to worry about any more boats. Okay, you heal up. Get started on chopping that. Heal up 1 more turn. Next battleship's going to be in the bay, so that we have a stronger chance at capturing Chula. Speaking of which, This is the turn Tokyo goes away. So let's take a look at our happiness after that and see if it might be time to start burning another city. I think we can mostly focus in here. Alright, so as far as we know, he's got a Great War Bomber and 2 triplanes. Last time it seemed like, no sir, there was more prompts than there were planes. I hate that we have to read it here. Oh, was he was probably taking this turn to heal his planes. Okay, well that's good for us. What happened here? City connection between Kyoto and your... Oh, well. Kyoto. Wait, what? Do we not have a harbor? Oh, we don't have a harbor here. It was using Tokyo. Well, that sucks. We could have gotten a good amount of gold out of this city from that. That's okay. We had to burn Tokyo no matter what. It just... I can't shake the feeling that this is bad news after bad news. This is bad news. We kind of wanted to see some units there, but at the same time we know he's fighting with Greece. So... come here. Alright. So we can heal this up at some point, or convert it if we want to. So I'll come back to him. Ramses is plotting against Oda. Why did we get 2 notifications for the same thing, I wonder? Anyways, on to Nottingham. Nottingham, it's overflow. We probably will get a market up, just because we haven't yet. Gold's an issue. Riga desires trade route. That's something we could do internally, probably safely. Looks like we could shoot this cannon from here. Oh wait, no we can't, because the water's going to be occupied by Mr. Teotihuacan. Alright. As for our planes, we can hit these 2, but only those 2, so that was what they will be doing. You heal up. You shoot. You can start repairing that. I'll move him in here just because of the extra defense, protect the tile improvement. Okay, so he still has 2 triplanes. Oh. Great War Bomber. Okay, maybe that's why we were seeing a second one. I don't know. That one can't reach us, but it can rebase. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so 2 triplanes, which means 2 chances that we get intercepted. We have a 5th plane in place, but the 2 that we were using last turn did not get intercepted. Let's see. Cannon we can one-shot anyway, so if we get intercepted here, we probably still finish it off. Did not get intercepted. And then this is our second possibility of being intercepted. Did get intercepted. Okay. But still didn't destroy one of his planes, at least not that we can see. Alright, you're full health, so we'll throw you next. And then I believe the second one was the one that was more damaged, right? Yep. Okay. So as you can see, we're mostly recovering for him as long as we play it smart. Actually, yeah, this is the late. Okay, I was going to say let's use the lowest health one, but that's in fact what we are doing. So it has just 1 plane left, and that means we actually get to shoot the city. As long as we have a infantry in capture range, that's good enough. Don't know how soon the city's going to fall. I mean, we could move in a Gatling gun to get more shots in, but that's more of like a later stage. He's still at greater than half health. Let's see here. This is our only archaeologist, and we only have 1 slot, the Parthenon, that we... And that's fine, because we're focusing on Neuschwanstein preparations anyways. You land there, rip up roads. Sucks that we didn't get a harbor in Kyoto. That would have been much better. You know what? I was just going to say I haven't been checking to see if we can tribute. That's very helpful right now. They want to demand tribute from... Okay, they are. Yeah. What other city-states? Genoa's ours. Or Geneva, whichever one that is. So Vilnius. Yeah, we'll just tribute everything along the way. This is another reason to keep this pack together, I suppose. Attribute multiple things, which is really good because we have multiple places where we'd like battleships, correct? Like you. You're a battleship now. This would be a good time to upgrade. Where are you? That there. Okay, and that does preclude us from one more. So maybe that wasn't the time for that. I don't know. Let's see. Lancer can land there. 246. Okay. Privateer is spying for Egyptian Navy. Can take his time since this is still a good spread, so we'll leave it as such. Heal up. We decided hill was better, although we did just get the borders here, so we can do that. No, this is fine. Okay, uranium. What does this worker want to do? He was clearing the way for chopping stuff down. Can't use that hill. If we get Teotihuacan, we're going to have some oil, so let's start heading down that way to help with that. Okay. Nothing for the melee boat to do, so we'll just take our shots, right? Yeah, because the bay is now being used for Teotihuacan. Alright. And then battleship will be able to relieve one of these guys, and we'll go from there. 1, 2... There we go. Bam! We already did that one. Fun. Okay. So let me just take a quick look here. Everything appears to be in order. Happiness is at 6, and we're about to do the Neuschwanstein thing. So is this a time to burn Tlacopan down? It might be. All we got is the marble, and we're developing that over there. It'll take the same amount of time. It is a way to control our happiness right now. We don't need the land anymore. We were already able to rebase from London to Tenochtitlan. Let's see what we're talking about here. 2, 4, soon to be 5, 6 happiness. So it's paying for itself in terms of local unhappiness. It is about to grow, though. I think we just need to shed whatever we can, really. What would this cost us? 4. Well, I'll tell you what, it's the end of the part, so I'll just leave that as a cliffhanger. Take a look at that later. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. Let me know what your thoughts are on this plane, anti-plane development. Any tips you may have. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.